big fan. What can I tell you? I got to defend myself. I interrupted you. I'm sorry.
That's okay. I said, what's all this hearing? I don't know if this is your first time here, but I hope you, I welcome you if it is, and I hope that you will return. It's a very special night. We are delighted to have a very special guest here tonight to introduce the director's cut of Amadeus, which we are presenting on 35 millimeter. The print came from the Academy Film and Motion Picture Archive.
I'm excited.
F. Murray Abraham won the Academy Award for Best Actor for his role in Amadeus. He is the reason you are all here. I don't want to delay too long having him speak, but I did want to give him a brief introduction. I think it's in order. Abraham studied acting with the prestigious drama teacher Uta Hagen. He had his breakthrough screen role with Amadeus, and he's appeared in numerous television and film roles, including memorable parts opposite Al Pacino in Scarface and opposite Sean Connery in The Name of the Rose. His principal acting focus has also been classical theater, where he has starred in many Shakespearean productions. He won the Obie Award for his role as Astrov in Chekhov's Uncle Vanya, and was the 2010 recipient of the Sir John Gielgud Award for Excellence in the Dramatic Arts, which is presented by the U.S.-based Shakespeare Guild. And theater, of course, is what brings Murray to Boston now. Boston is the third stop on the 2011 tour of New York's Theater for New Audience production of The Merchant of Venice. Merchant plays at the Cutler Majestic a couple of blocks away through next weekend, so you still have plenty of time if you haven't yet to experience Abraham's widely praised performance. In the New York Review of Books, Harvard professor and Shakespeare scholar Stephen Greenblatt called Murray Abraham one of the great Shylocks of our time, ranking him alongside Laurence Olivier and other British stage actors who have inhabited the role. We are deeply, deeply grateful to you, Murray, for taking the time to speak with us tonight. And he will be dashing off for the 8 o'clock performance of Merchant tonight, but is with us now. Please join me in welcoming F. Murray.
Thank you. Can you hear me? The back? I'm always embarrassed at this kind of thing when people talk about you and they say you did this, you did that, and all. It's nice, you know, I appreciate it, but the past is past, you know, and I've always felt that the best work of my life is the work I'm doing right now. I've always felt that way. But now I've been doing it for about 50 years. So the best work now is like an accumulation of all that time. That doesn't mean it's going to be good every time. Don't misunderstand me. I mean, you go out there and you try all the time. I really do give it my all. That doesn't translate each time into excellence or brilliance or inspiration, which is what I really seek. I mean, I don't know why you do it. It's not, aside from making a living, where, you know, you look for the inspiration, you look for the truth. And I feel like as though I don't know where you go for the truth anymore. I don't know if I ever did know. I mean, there was a time, I suppose, where there were certain organs of the mass media that you felt you could rely upon for some semblance of the truth. You could at least gather from different sources all their different ideas and put them together and come up with what you thought was the truth. I don't know if that's possible anymore. I don't know where you go for that thing that reassures you in the possibility of a truth. It becomes a very important thing, a part of our lives, the search for the truth. If truth does not exist, what the hell are we doing? Is this all a lie that we're living? Can you believe anything that comes out of anyone's mouth anymore? It's unfortunate that I'm not a cynic. I feel like I'm becoming cynical, and that's unfortunate because I'm really a very positive man. I think art is where you go to find the truth. I have to think that, for one thing. That's what I do. But I also believe it's true. Art cuts across religion, cuts across politics. Art, it can be political, of course, political art. But essentially what every art medium, I think, shares is that search for the truth. The difference between acting in a search for truth and other disciplines is that with painting, for example, with any of that descriptive, that pictorial art. It's a different kind of truth. It is evidenced, for example, if you were to look at any of the Renaissance artists, there is a truth that they examined and captured. It reflects specifically that time, but it was the truth, and it's also very beautiful, and it reaches us on our own level. It speaks to us personally. That's what art does. But the difference between that and acting is that an actor embodies the time that he's living in. When I say he, I mean women as well. The time I'll say she, the time she is living in. That's the difference. They embody the truth of the time. And at the same time, they try to reach for universal and eternal truth. But it's got to be expressed in terms that each of us understand. Each of us understands. The only way that my sense that I can communicate that idea of the truth is not to try to reach you on what I guess is your idea of the truth. There's no way I can do that. The way I communicate it to you is to try to find it in myself. Really find it. And of course you don't know what it is, because the truth changes from moment to moment. And it's something that when you do discover it as an actor, or a performer, a musician, when you discover it, it's the easiest thing in the world. It's a connection with something. I don't want to make it too mystical, but it's a connection with something, with your muse, that carries you, that really identifies that sense of the truth in yourself. And the discovery of it when it happens communicates to the audience on each of their own level. Everyone understands the truth, and it's the existence of the truth in their own terms. That depends a lot, of course. The way to find it is another thing. It's your own technique, it's your own faith, it's your own hard work, it's your own dedication. But the fact is that when you do discover it, it gathers the audience. It's a collective thing that happens. And at that moment, what we experience is the reason that I'm in the theater. It's an exchange that can only exist in the theater. It can't exist anyplace else. We're speaking a language that each of us understands. We are speaking to each other through something that has evolved since the cave days. We're doing the same thing that the first actor ever did in a cave. We're in a dark space. It's lit artificially. I'm standing in front of you, you're listening to me. But in fact, we're communicating with each other. Your energy is important to what I am doing now. I am not more important at this moment than any one of you. Each of us is... Go ahead and get that. I do that on stage sometimes. I'm really acting a storm up. Go ahead, that's all right. Take the phone. We'll wait. Won't we wait? No, they say. Get the phone. One time I was in the middle of this speech. It was on Broadway. I was doing Mauritius, and a play that wasn't real successful, but it was a lot of fun. And I'm doing this speech, and I get this long monologue. And then someone sneezed, and in the middle of the speech I said, "Bless you!" Very loose, I say. I said, what the hell? You know? And I trusted that I could get them back into the play again, you know. The other actors don't like it when you do that. Obviously, I like what I do a lot. But my point is, what you contribute to this search for the truth is essential to what I'm doing. And I think that you're here in search of that thing. I think people go to the theater because they appreciate. I mean, it's a lot of trouble, you know. They can sit at home. Too many do, but they go to the theater, and they think it's for one reason or another reason, that they want to get culture or they want to be with. But in fact, they are there. They have come through the snow and the sleet and the babysitter and all that stuff. But they've come for a particular experience. If you go to a movie, The difference is that no matter how many people are in that theater, or if there's no one in the theater, it's the same performance. The movie doesn't need you. It's a different thing. I need you. But I would like to remind audiences that you need to participate. You have got to come ready for an experience. I mean, sometimes you're not, you don't think so, and you get gathered up. But it's much more exciting if you come prepared to do your part. And that's to help me in that search for truth. And I don't think truth is only in tragedy. Truth is in comedy, too. I'm a much funnier man. I'm funny. I can do that. But ever since I did Amadeus, they always make me the bad guy. But when you look at the film, you'll see that there's quite a bit of humor in the old man. Not in the young man, but in the old man. And I love the old man a lot. I'll talk briefly about the film, and then I'll be glad to take questions. We're going to run out of time. The makeup was by a brilliant genius, but truly, not just that old word that people toss around. His name is Dick Smith, and he is the best, the greatest. The difference between him and so many of the other great makeup artists is there's a rule among them that they never share any of the secrets that they discover. That's the way they're very secretive. Not Dick. Every time he discovered something, and he created a lot in the makeup world, he would instantly share it with anyone who wanted it. Anyway, it was a 4.5-hour makeup for the old man every day. I don't know if you know, but Marlon Brando's makeup was also by Dick Smith. When he played the old man, not the old man, when he played the Godfather, that makeup took about 3.5 hours, because the way that makeup works is that each of the pieces of plastic that he creates is laid in so that it matches the musculature in my face, so that when my face moves, that all moves. It's not like a rigid mask. So he has to lay this all in, piece by piece. And it took us 4.5 hours every morning before the day began. I'm not suggesting that it's a great sacrifice, it's wonderful for me. What I'm saying is that that's what it takes. And usually, with any complicated makeup, I don't know why, I understand that it's always 4 to 4.5 hours. But the thing how it helped me as the old man was that by the time I was through, because I was very still, I have a great deal of patience, I would just sit very quietly for 4.5 hours. And by the time we were finished, I was moving very slowly. I would go right over to the set, just like that, and get right into it. I was into character. It was like I didn't have to do any work. I just had to just say the words, you know. So there's that part. People usually want to know about that. It took us 6 months to shoot it in Prague, which in those days was called Czechoslovakia. It was under Soviet domination at the time. There was no problem. There were a lot of Secret Service people around, and there were a lot of laughs and stuff. The gay members in the cast, by the way, when we were over there was a lot of admonishing, like, be careful what you say, be careful. What have I got to say? I'm an actor. They can, what the Secret Service is going to report me for, quoting Shakespeare? So anyway, the gay members said, be careful about being gay, because they're, So 4 or 5 of the guys they didn't know what to do. They wanted to find out where the gay culture was, and they didn't know how to do it. But one guy, he plays, God rest his soul, he plays the older, you'll see him, one of the old guys in the Italian court of musicians. He's a, what? Yeah, one of the Italians, but he's a big fella. Funny man, wonderful guy. I forget his name. I'm sorry, you don't remember either, do you? Anyway, you'll see him, and he goes, ha, 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 ha.
Oh, yeah.
And he has these 2 girls, one on each arm. Anyway, he's gay, and he's gay and proud. But when he arrived, several days after we did, he said, the first thing he said to them, well, where's the gay bar? And they said, oh, we were told not to wait till, he goes over to a cabbie and says, take me to a gay bar. So they were. It's really funny. There were a lot of hookers. And it was $100. And this is 25, 27 years ago. Sometimes in the coffee shop, there were so many hookers, there was no place to sit down. They were all hooked. I said, how can you make any money this way? They became more sophisticated. I've done a lot of work in Russia, and there are quite a few hookers there too, but they've become much more sophisticated. But, well, it's a living. I mean, it's all right. Beautiful women. And I guess some beautiful men too, for anyone who's interested. It was the thing that happened also. I was doing Scarface while I was doing this film. I was flying back and forth from Prague to Hollywood because I had signed the contract for Scarface before I got this job. Now that sounds very romantic, and in fact it was romantic, but it was much easier than you think, because it was like the parts were so different. It was like a break, one piece of work from the other, like a vacation. But the big eye-opener was that there was no airplane that could take me directly from Prague to the States. I had to L.A. or wherever it was. I was in New York, L.A. But we had to drive me from Prague to Austria. Yeah. And to get out of Prague, to get out of Czechoslovakia at that time under communism, it was like a joke. I mean, there's me traveling life. I mean, I'm going to go to L.A. just for, like a week or something. I had a little bag. My driver, a driver. Nobody else at the checkpoint. It's just us in the car, right? Kind of martinet thing that controls it. Anyway, it was like a prison. It was really tough. One of my friends is a sculptor, Blazek. He's a wonderful sculptor. He hated it so much that he tried to escape, and he was captured, and he was put in jail, and he broke his eyeglasses and cut his wrist. They decided, and obviously I knew him, so he lived, but what they did was they decided to let him go because he was insane. Anyone who tried to kill himself, so he's functioning now. But that was that situation. But once we got out of Prague, I had quite a bit of time to travel. There was no that ominous presence was no longer there. It was only in the city of Prague, really heavy. After that, it was just wonderful. It was like I began to discover what it meant, what the derivation of the word bohemian meant. That really is the seat of its culture, and it was a pleasure. There was a wonderful openness about them. I'm going on and on because I haven't thought about this in a long time. But I'm sure that's not what you want to talk about.
Well, unfortunately, I'm sure we'd love to speak with you all night, but we have to let you move on.
Is it late yet?
Yeah, we need to get ready for your next engagement, but we thank you for sharing all that.
Woo!